Hello and welcome to this presentation. Hemoglobin as iron food supplementation. I am Dr. Irene Wanjiru, pharmacist with a lot of iron knowledge. Only two kinds of iron we can use: heme iron and non-heme iron. Iron is an important part of the red blood cells that carry oxygen to all the cells of the body. If we don't have enough, we easily run short of breath, get tired and have problems concentrating. Our bodies contain 4 to 5 grams of iron. It may be difficult to get enough of this important nutrient unless meat courses are part of the diet. Fruit, cereals, and vegetables contain relatively little of useful iron. If you're suffering from low iron, no amount of vitamins or any other supplement is going to change it. Low iron levels are very common, especially for fertile females. There are also many chronics that need continual supplementation for different reasons. There are only two kinds of iron that we can use: a heme iron from meat, poultry or fish, and non-heme iron from vegetables, dairy products or chemically bonded iron in synthetic supplements. Heme iron is taken up along the whole gastrointestinal tract, not only the first part, and, unlike non-heme iron, absorption is not affected by other chelating components of the diet such as phytates, tannates, and phosphate. Different iron salts and other synthetic chemical iron compounds have traditionally been used with mixed results. The uptake is only 2 to 4% and there are often tolerance problems. However, since iron is essential for life, the remaining alternatives are blood transfusions or intravenously given iron. Both work, however, have negative sides except being very costly and uncomfortable for the patient. The clinical use of blood transfusion is associated with risks that can cause morbidity and mortality. Intravenous iron injections cause periods of exacerbation of oxidative stress in the circulation. Many oral iron supplementation treatments fail because synthetic iron compounds produce painful and uncomfortable gastrointestinal side effects sooner or later. Non-heme supplements at 100 mg per dose regularly have an incidence of side effects leading to termination of the therapy of around 30%. Heme iron. Heme iron is found mainly in meat in the diet, which historically has always been the main source for iron. It is very efficiently absorbed as a whole unit as opposed to non-heme iron, which has to dissolve before ions can be taken up in the intestinal cells. The uptake remains high in all clinical situations, such as for example after stomach surgery. Heme iron does not have to be discontinued when using intravenous treatment. This can help prolong intervals between painful and uncomfortable injections. It also makes for easy self-medication and freedom to travel. Heme iron uptake is not affected by simultaneously ingested food, drink, or medication. It will also not block the uptake of zinc as non-heme iron in doses over 60 mg will. The uptake of iron is constant, also after surgery and blood donation. This is not the case for non-heme iron. Heme iron uptake is not affected by proton pump inhibitors such as omeprazole/Losec. Pure hemolyzed hemoglobin powder of bovine or porcine origin derived from the food industry as raw material for iron substitution has been of interest in Sweden since the early 70s, as this is by far the best tolerated and efficient form of iron. This gave birth to heme iron supplementation by the creation of a pharma-grade hemoglobin powder raw material for tablets. Heme iron tablet supplements have been in use in Scandinavia for more than 30 years. There have been no cases of serious side effects or poisonings reported after use by literally millions. Tolerance for heme iron is equal or close to placebo. There is no change in tolerance or efficacy over time. The absorption of heme iron is several times higher and the side effects rate significantly lower than for non-heme oral iron. Because the hemoglobin molecule is absorbed as a whole unit, it will not leave free toxic ions in the stomach. This is believed to be the main cause of gastrointestinal side effects from non-heme iron. Free ions do not exist in nature and are highly reactive in the stomach. The natural percentage of iron in bovine hemoglobin is only between 1 and 3%. To make oral products reach recommended daily allowance dosage, the next step was to develop a procedure where the hemoglobin molecules could be made to carry more iron. This was eventually made, and today the OptiFair line of products contain all iron as heme iron. The iron added is totally integrated with the hemoglobin, and disintegration happens only within the gastric cells, just as with natural hemoglobin, giving optimal efficacy and tolerance. There are important arguments to be made for heme iron, except for nearly perfect tolerance and the highest efficacy of any oral therapy. These are, for instance, that the raw material is organic and not synthetic, that efficacy and tolerance will remain the same over time. This, plus the fact that it is possible to receive easy, safe and effective oral therapy without clinical appointments, is good news for chronics. Find OptiFair at Amazon. Business to business inquiries welcome.